Reef. I'm Emily, and today we're going to go over a tour of the aquarium that my dad and I started about a year ago. And this channel is going to be about how we go through things with this tank and kind of the experiences we have and just updates of the tank. So let's get to the tank. So to start with, I wanted to start with Herby, who is the one we named the Reef after. And Herby is hiding right now because he's very camera shy, and we really love Herby. He's our favorite fish, and he's just got such a personality. He's a fox-faced rabbit fish, and he's just hilarious. Like, he's tried to host the corals before, and he fights with the clownfish all the time over the coral, and it's just, he's a funny fish to have around the tank. So this is one of our most beautiful corals that we have in the tank, and this is our huge Gonopora coral. And yes, there are the clownfish that we have, and those are extreme Da Vinci clowns that, instead of hosting the anemone, host the Gonopora. And we have 3 smaller Gonoporas around the large one, and that's Daisy right there. She is a Royal Grandma basslet. And then down here we have our colony of Duncans that we had originally had 3 heads on that. I don't even know how many there are now, but it is huge. And in the back there is a frog spawn we're trying to save. It hasn't been doing so well, so it's kind of just sitting there, and it's actually getting a lot better, so hopefully it'll actually survive. And then we have this archway here that is covered in beautiful hammer corals, and they're hopefully gonna wrap around that arch and make it just look like this beautiful fuzzy archway for the fish to swim through. And in the back there you can see Bananas, who is Herby's best friend, and next to him is Shadow, who is our yellow-eye coal tang, and then also the green star polyps that we hope that to one day have covering the back wall. And then up there is our dragon soul Fabia. Next to that is the Ora Hawkins acropora that I got for my birthday, along with this blue tort, this bonsai coral, and another coral in my tank, which we'll go over when we make the video on my aquarium. And that there is our true red dragon acropora, and it's kind of what we were testing the tank with to see if we could actually take care of our acroporas, and it's grown quite a lot since we've gotten it, and it's become a beautiful colony. So hopefully it'll keep doing just as good as it has been. And there's also a purple stylophora up there as well, and Zoa's on the back wall. And there's our beautiful rainbow bubble tip anemone, and it split actually, so one of the splittings is down there next to some of our green torch corals, and there's actually another piece of the anemone somewhere behind where it is, but it hasn't come out. And then this is our golden torch coral that we bought recently, as well as a small colony of bird's nest and a pink torch underneath it. And this is Louis. He's our sand sifter fish. He's made his hole underneath the clam, and so that's where he goes to sleep every night. And then this is a fish that my dad named Megatron. And then back there we have a brand new little McCosker's flasher wrasse that we just added today, so hopefully he'll come out. With him we added a green mandarin, and hopefully they'll thrive in this aquarium and do just fine. Then over here we have our colony of candy cane, so it's doing really great. It was actually one of the first corals that we got, sort of, and it has grown so much. And then over here, this is a more recent addition to our aquarium. This is our Porites rock, and all those little puffs of color on it are the little Christmas tree worms, and hopefully those will one day grow to be about 3 inches big, and if we can keep them alive. We have been feeding reef food so that it'll enhance the growth of all the coral, but as well as keep these little feather dusters alive. So they've been doing great so far. And then up here we have a larger colony of that green bird's nest, which will probably eventually go for something prettier. And then above it we have a green stylophora, as well as a bird of paradise, a pink bird's nest in the back, and again that bonsai, and on the back wall there is a rainbow montipora. So this is my dad, and he's gonna go through a few of his favorite things in the tank.
All right, everyone, my name is David, and I'm Emily's dad. And I just wanted to go over a few other things that she missed. That back here in the back is it's a Hollywood Stunner Shellis. I had to stop it and ask my daughter. I couldn't remember the Hollywood Stunner name. But anyway, we don't love it, so we're probably going to put it in the frag tank later. But for now, we've put it there, and we're going to let it just grow a little bit. And then you can see our new mandarin fish right there. We have lots of pods in this tank, so we're going to give the mandarin a shot. It's our very favorite fish. But his name is Benny, and we just be sure if you ever try a mandarin that you do have lots of pods in your tank, because they are not good eaters for regular food. They only eat pods. And I just also wanted to show you that our aquascaping, my daughter is very artistic, and she has done all of this aquascaping on her own. She drew out pictures and really planned it, but we used on this arch, you can see this purple, we used this plastic type of glue that they sell at Marine Depot, and it really worked well, but I regret using the purple. They made it purple to match coralline algae, and now and we built this with dry rock, so it just looks kind of weird until the coralline catches up. You really don't notice it so much in real life and from further back, but on this video it just shows up really bad. So I wanted to explain that's what holds that arch together, and our hope is that eventually the coralline will make that not show up so much, and the corals growing on it. And then these gonoporas, they're our favorite corals, and these clownfish just love all the gonoporas, but especially the big one. That big gonopora, we got it for $20. It was, I had to ask the guy several times if he was sure that was the right price, but I didn't expect it to live, because these guys are kind of known for being difficult to keep, but we've had it just at a year, and it seems to be thriving. And we've also grown these little ones. Like this purple one was the size of the pink one there when we first got it, and it's obviously quite happy. And it's all because we feed 3 times a week. We feed them reefroids, and I just directly feed them. We'll do a video on that sometime during coral feeding time, and we'll feed the gonopora. But I think that's why they're doing so well. And then this clam is a squamosa clam, and he's a blue squamosa, which is pretty rare. There's several types, but the blues are definitely a little less common and definitely more expensive. He was a Christmas gift from my kids and my wife, and he's my very favorite thing in the tank. And it's already growing. If you can't see now, but if he were closed, you'd be able to see. Well, you may be able to see just a little bit of it. There's the white calcium growth on him. So we love the clam. And then my daughter was saying we may get these bird nest corals. We may change them out at some point. We grew this one from a tiny, tiny frag, and when we got it, it looked like it was pure green, but we have since found out that this is a type of bird's nest that it stays brown except for at the very tips, and the tips are green, but the rest of it's pretty brown, and we're just not real wild about the color. So we may eventually make an order from Jason Fox and replace this with one of his green bird's nest. And then my daughter wanted me to show you, we have one coral banded shrimp back here. Hopefully he will continue to be a good citizen. He has never caused us any trouble, but they are known for being a little bit of a troublemaker. But so far we haven't had any issues, and we really like him. Okay everyone, I guess that's it for now. We will follow up this video shortly with a video that shows all the equipment. But we didn't want to make this one too long, so we decided to divide that up into 2 separate videos. Please feel free to tell us what else you might like to hear about, any subjects you'd like us to discuss, and please like and subscribe. Until later, thanks. Bye.